नमस्कार, वेलकम टू कोड वर्ल्ड। आज हम मैक्सिमम सम ऑफ ए नंबर, एक नंबर को जब टुकड़े टुकड़े करके तोड़ेंगे, when we divide a number into smaller parts based on certain rules, the maximum number that we get, we should print those numbers. So we will learn those, how to code it and how to move forward. Before that, if you haven't subscribe to the channel Code Wild, please do subscribe. You will get awesome contents are coming soon, and many more DSA series and many more upcoming mysteries and future technologies are also coming soon. So please do subscribe, like, share and subscribe this. Now coming to this question, so this is a question from Geeks for Geeks. So in this, a number n can be broken into three parts. We have to break this into these three parts, like n by 2, n by 3 and n by 4, and we have to consider only the integer part. This is the important part of this. Okay, and this can be further continued recursively until we find the maximum number that can be found summing up those divided numbers. I will explain through the one example. So as the input, first t test cases and then integer n, like n in integers we have to input, and then we output is the print the maximum sum. Okay, coming to the how do we solve this? So if we take 5, divide that by 2 first. So 5 divided by 2, then 5 divided by 3, 5 divided by 4. So what is 5 divided by 2? 5 divided by 2 is something 2 point something it will come. So we don't care about this fractional part, decimal part. We just want the integer part. So it's 2, and 5 divided by 3 is something 1 point something it will go on. So we don't care about this decimal part. We just need the fractional part. It's 1, and 5 divided by 4 is something again 1 point something something. So we don't care about the decimal part. We just need the integer part. It's 1. So when we sum this up, sum these three, we will get 2 plus 1 plus 1. You have to add this. Okay, so we will get 4. So 4 is less than 5, so we have to print 5 itself. So when we, after dividing, we see that adding this we are getting a number which is lesser than 5, so we don't need to further move forward. So instead of this, we just print 5. Then coming to next example, let me take another pen. Okay, 12, let me write here 12. Okay, now divide the 12 into three parts. So 12 by 2 and 12 by 3 and 12 by 4. So 12 by 2 is 6, perfectly integer. So 12 by 3 is 4 and 12 by 4 is 2. So summing this, adding this up, add these 3. So we get 6 plus 4, 10 plus 2. 12 by 3 is, 12 by 4 is 3. So adding this 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 3, 13. So we are getting something 13 which is greater than 12. Right? Now we have to further move forward. We have to check again these numbers, like first taking this number, check this number. So divide this, 6 divided by 2, then 6 divided by, wait, let me take another pen. So 6 divided by 3, then 6 divided by 4. So what is 6 divided by 2? 6 divided by 2 is 3, then 6 divided by 3 is 2, then 6 divided by 4 is something 1 point something it will go on. So we just need the integer part. So 3 plus 2 plus 1, so which is again 6. So it is equal to 6. So we don't have to divide it further. We can stop it here for 6, and again check for 4. So if you check for 4, so 4 divided by 2, 4 divided by 3 and 4 divided by 4. Here we get 2, here we get 1 point something, and here also we get 1. So it is 2 plus 1 plus 1. So it's again 4. So we don't have to move forward. Here also we don't have to move forward. And if you again check 3, so 3 divided by 2, so 3 divided by 3 and 3 divided by 4. So this is somewhat 1 point something, and here it's 1 and here it's 0, right? So this is when we add up this 1 plus 1 we get 2. So this is also less than, so 2 is less than 3, and here is 4 equal to 4. So here in this case also we don't have to move forward. So in these 3 cases we are not moving forward, right? Like these 3 numbers, when we divide again recursively, we are getting a number that is either equal to that number or less than that number. So we don't have to move forward, and we can just stop here after getting 13. Since 13 is the largest number that we are getting after dividing, we will print that number stopping there itself. So this is what we do here. I guess the problem part of is completely understood. Now coming to how to solve that. See how we can solve. So first what we will do is we will solve it using classes. Okay, this time till now we have used functions. Today we will learn something different called as classes. Okay, we will solve it using classes. So in this what we will do is we will create an object. However, classes means you have to create an object. After creating an object, we will send the n. So we will send n to the class. We will send the n through the object. The n is the number that the user gives. Then what we will do is we will divide the n by 2, n by 3 and n by 4. Okay, we will check in the beginning itself, like after we will check if adding these 3, if it's greater than n. If it's greater than n, then we will go move forward. I will tell what we should do here. Okay, if it's less than n, then just return it. Just return n, because since in this case if you see 5, so we are just returning 5 when it is small, right? In the same manner, if it's small, like if this number is small, then just return n. Okay, now in case if it's greater, what we should do? So since here we are just passing a single argument n, so here we can't do this. Like here we have to create another function. So where, like inside the class we have to create another function. So where we can pass 4 arguments. One is n by 2, another thing is n by 3, another thing is n by 4, and another thing is just n. Okay, why we are doing this? Because we have to do it recursively. The best way of doing this is recursive, and it will be very effective also. I guess it will be overloaded if I tell everything now, right? Now let's code first, then I will tell what to do. Okay, now coming, so this is the as usual thing, hash include IO stream. Sorry, you can write that. I usually prefer this. So hash include bits std++ and using namespace std. Now create a class. So creating a class, we will create a class name solution, and in public we will write a function called as int maxsum. So in int maxsum what we will do, as I said, we will take n1. Okay, we will take n1, n2 and n3. So in n1 what we will do is we will divide n1 by 2, sorry, n1 equals to n by 2 and n2 equals to n by 3 and n3 equals to n by 4. Okay, and then we will check if, and we will store it in sum, and if it's greater than the number n that is passed, then we will move forward to another function. This function we will define it now. Okay, else just return the n as in the case of 5. When we divide 5, we see that the number we get is less than or equal to that number, so we just return it. So if the number is less than or equal to n, we just return it, or else we will write another function. So why are we writing another function? Why can't we do it here? Because we are writing a recursive function where we need 4 integers. Here we just need 1, and we can't finish off this function in just one function. We need another function where we are returning 4 integers. Sorry, where the number of arguments is 4 and we return a single integer. समझ में आ रहा है? एक ऐसा फंक्शन चाहिए जिसमें हम 4 इंटीजर भेज रहे हैं. इधर देखिए आप, इधर सिर्फ 3 ही भेज रहा हूँ ना, इसलिए इसमें रिकर्सिव नहीं होगा. और रिकर्सिव बेस्ट मेथड होगा इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए, क्योंकि बार बार बहुत लाइक अगर मैं एक बड़ा नंबर दे दिया तो कितने बार लूप चलाओगे, अच्छा नहीं दिखेगा. उसमें क्या हुआ, उसमें क्या होता है लाइक रिकर्सिव फंक्शन में एक बेस कंडीशन चाहिए, बाद में एक और एल्स बेस कंडीशन नहीं है तो क्या रिकर्सिव स्टेटमेंट चाहिए, बस उतना में काम चल जाता है. दैट्स इट, राइट? ए बेस कंडीशन एंड ए रिकर्सिव स्टेटमेंट इज रिक्वायर्ड इन दैट function. So it's easy and better understanding for us. So let's move forward, and how I will tell how we can do that. So in that we will be passing 4 integers. Okay, these 4 integers will be passing. So what will be the base condition? Think. The base condition would be if the same as in this case. So if the sum of this, like n1 plus 2 plus n by 2 plus n by 3 plus n by 4, अगर ये less than or equal to n हुआ, then return this number, right? Then return this, ये वाला return कर दो, return. और else क्या करना है, हमें बार इसे तोड़ता रहना चाहिए, राइट? सो बार क्या करना चाहिए ना. तो अब इस केस में क्या देखा हमने, लाइक इधर तक तो आ गए हम, लाइक 6 4 3, राइट? वी केम टिल हियर. आफ्टर कमिंग हियर आल्सो वी स्टार्टेड डिवाइडिंग इट, राइट? हाँ कि नहीं? इसके बाद भी हम डिवाइड करते रहे, और अगर ये बड़ा नंबर हुआ तो फिर जो नंबर है उसको भी डिवाइड करते रहना चाहिए ना. तो ये एक नंबर जो आता है उसको फिर से रिकर्सिव स्टेटमेंट को भेज रहे हैं हम, लाइक इसको चेक करो, if can we get a greater number from that number, if else then move forward or else stop here itself. So इसलिए क्या करना चाहिए कि प्रत्येक नंबर को लाइक जब n1 लो, then n2, then n3. अब क्या करेंगे ना, अब जो n1 लाइक ये इसको n1 n2 n3 नाम दे देंगे, राइट? कंफ्यूज ना नहीं होने का. सो इसको n1 n2 n3 नाम दे देंगे. सो n1 को क्या करेंगे, एक जो फंक्शन होगा उसको रिकर्सिवली क्या भेजेंगे, n1 by 2, n1 by 3 और n1 by 4, और इसमें n क्या होगा, n1 n हो जाएगा इस केस में, राइट? n1 इस केस में n हो जाएगा. वैसे ही इस केस में भी लिखना होगा सेम. n1 के जगह पे n2 लिख दो और n3 के जगह पे n1 के जगह पे n3 लिख दो. क्योंकि ये क्यों भेज रहे, लाइक रिकर्सिव. फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स कंसिडर इट एज लार्ज. ओके, लेट्स कंसिडर द फंक्शन एज लार्ज. सो वी विल बी सेंडिंग दिस नंबर टू दैट. सो what we will do is we are sending this recursively. So if in case we can divide this number into more greater number, then we can get a more greater number, right? A greater number. So at last we will get a number n1 which will be the largest of the like the real largest number. एक ऐसा नंबर मिलेगा, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अगर कोई नंबर हुआ, अगर ये नंबर समझो कि 12 हो गया, समझो कि अगर 24 को आप तोड़ोगे, फॉर एग्जांपल आप 24 के एग्जांपल लोगे, तो 24 को अब तोड़ोगे तो 12 3 को क्या होगा 8, और ये हो जाएगा 4 24 डिवाइडेड बाई 3 8, 24 डिवाइडेड बाई 4 सो 6. सो अगर फिर आप इधर देखोगे तो 12 को वी आर डिवाइडिंग इनटू मेनी स्टेप्स. सो लाइक वैसे ही अगर इधर भी तोड़ोगे तो क्या हो जाएगा ना, एक बड़ा नंबर आ सकता है. लाइक 12 को जब डिवाइड करोगे तो 13 आ जाएगा, लाइक 6 एंड 3 को क्या हो जाएगा 4 प्लस 12 डिवाइडेड बाई 4 3, so totally 13. वैसे just we will take the largest number. Okay, so we will get a largest number. So to get the largest number, we have to send the individually, we have to send the recursive function, and at last we will return summing up these three, n1 plus n2 plus n3. so अब चलो कोड करते हैं. नाउ लेट्स कोड. Okay, as I said, we will have these four numbers, these four arguments. We will intake these four arguments, and in case if the number are less than or equal to n, then we'll return n. Like after coming up, when we send these numbers recursively, at one point this base case will be reached, then we will be returning n1, है ना. हम ये बेस केस होगा ना, जब बार बार ऐसे भेजते रहेंगे तो एक ऐसे कंडीशन पे आके खड़ा हो जाएगा जहाँ ये छोटा पड़ जाएगा या तो इक्वल हो जाएगा. तो उस केस में वो रिटर्न, जो नंबर रिटर्न करेगा उसका वैल्यू n1 हो जाएगा. सही है. अब ये तो बेस कंडीशन हुआ. ये जो n1 के बारे में जो बोल रहा था मैं कि n1 को 2 से डिवाइड करो, 3 से डिवाइड करो, 4 से डिवाइड करो, फिर n के जगह पे इधर जो नंबर है वही भेजना होगा. इधर के किधर को, लार्ज को रिकर्सिवली भेजते रहो. ओके, n1 n2 n3. बाद में जो नंबर आएगा n1 n2 n3 उसको रिटर्न कर दो. ओके, सो ये रिटर्न कहाँ आएगा ना, अब जो इंट मेन फंक्शन होंगे यहाँ रिटर्न हो जाएगा. ओके, सो अब ये तो कॉमन है, इंट टी वाइल टी माइनस माइनस, ये तो टेस्ट केस हो गया. बाद में एक ऐसा नंबर इनपुट लेंगे. ओके, एन का इनपुट लेंगे. अब एक ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं सोल्यूशन ओबीके नाम के, सी आउट ओ डॉट मैक्सम. सो ये क्या मैक्सम किसको बुलाएगा, इसको बुलाएगा. तो ये किसको बुलाएगा, इसको बुलाएगा. बाद में क्या होगा, ये सब रिकर्सिव फंक्शन होने के बाद रिटर्न एन. सो इधर रिटर्न हो जाएगा, है ना. इधर आ जाएगा वो नंबर. तो ये क्या कर लेगा, ये इसको रिटर्न कर देगा. सही है. अब इसको सेव करते हैं और रन करते हैं. ओके, चलो रन करते हैं. सो टू टेस्ट केसेस, एक होगा 5, है ना. सो 5 कितना आया, 5 आ गया. वी गॉट 5. एंड व्हेन वी एंटर another number was 12, right? When we enter 13. If you want another example, I can give another example also. So let's take it as 3. Okay, we'll take as it as 5 and 12, and let's take another number 24. As I showed in the example, we are getting 27 in that. See, right? Perfect. सही में समझ में आया, एकदम सही है ना. सो अगर आपको ये समझ में आया तो ऐसे ही क्वेश्चंस करते रहे, कभी हार नहीं मानने का. क्वेश्चंस करते रहना चाहिए, दिन में 1 या 2, और एक न एक दिन ज़रूर सक्सेस हो जाएंगे हम. कोई बात नहीं, सारे क्वेश्चंस सॉल्व हो जाएगा. एंड इफ़ you have not subscribed to our channel, please do share, subscribe and like this. Or many awesome contents are coming. So please like share subscribe कर दीजिएगा. हमें भी एक मोटिवेशन मिलेगा आगे काम करने के लिए. बहुत सहायता भी हो जाएगा. इतना ही ख्वाहिश है हमारा. सो वैसे awesome contents हम आपके पास पहुंचता रहेंगे. सो धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. जय हिंद.